What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to my channel. Have any of you guys ever had an experience with demons or ghosts or like a haunted house, or maybe your house was haunted? Or have any of you guys ever had a head injury of any sort, maybe a concussion? Well, Shannon, who is on season 9 of Hoarders, has experience with both of those things.
I've kind of always had issues with hoarding on the inside of my house. We have furniture, we have our clothes, we have toys, our personal collections. And we have demons. I think this area is cursed. There's something here. The belief that it's cursed didn't come overnight, and it took me a long time to believe it, but I just saw thing after thing after thing after thing go wrong that shouldn't have. I believe the devil is after me.
She thinks the devil is after her. Not only just demons, but she thinks the devil is after her.
We've been living in a domestic violence shelter for 2 months. It's not safe here. When I told my kids that we were going to a shelter, it was one of the saddest days of my life.
And this has brought her so much fear and just terror that she's taken her and her kids to go live in a shelter instead of staying in their home. Not only is it not safe because you know the devil's there, but you can't even walk around her house without tripping over something. I don't know how she gets from room to room, to be honest. But here's the thing, though. All of her haunted, cursed things about the devil and all that didn't start happening until after her head injury.
So when I had the traumatic brain injury, it had been over 90 days since I'd talked to a person.
Okay.
Nobody stopped by.
Okay.
And I started talking to a friend. That's a cat skull.
That is one of the creepiest things I've ever seen.
Wow. And friend is its name?
Yes.
So you know that sounds a little psychotic.
A little bit.
Okay.
Lots of bad things happen to people when they get brain injuries, but talking to a cat skull and naming it friend is probably one of the worst ones I've heard of. And who just has a cat skull just laying around? I've never seen one in a house before. Like, did you come across that in a yard sale and think that was a good thing to have? Even for just some strange reason, you never even knew you had a cat skull and you came across it in a cupboard or something. Why wouldn't you throw that shit away?
But I'm also getting that you were lonely and this was a survival mechanism for you.
We could say this lady's weird for talking to her friend cat skull thing, or she's weird for having just a bunch of junk in her house, but the real crime here is that she had a brain injury, like a head injury, that was a really bad one apparently, enough for her to talk to a cat skull, and she went 90 days without anybody visiting her, like friends or family. What the hell? That's the real crime here. So in typical hoarder show fashion, they bring in all these trucks and these guys come in and they take all their garbage and crap out of the house, and the family comes in and they're like, oh wow, it's so clean in here. But one thing is still in the house that needs to be taken out, and that's the demons.
It's clutter-free. We were able to get rid of almost everything that we didn't need here. But there's one thing you still want to get rid of,
Right?
which is
The demons.
My name's Art, also known as Sorcerer Tal. I'm the founding member of the Sorcerers Guild.
He is known as Sorcerer Tal, and he's the founding member of the Sorcerers Guild. So in other words, this guy's found a way to professionalize his ability to play pretend, basically. And I remember being a kid, you know, like wanting to be a sorcerer and be able to do magic and stuff, but by the time I was, like 8, I just, you know, you kind of realize that's just not going to happen, man. But apparently I should have held on to that dream, because this guy's, he's made it.
The first thing I'm gonna do is play this flute, kind of agitate things a little bit, try and get it moving a little bit so I can see what's here.
At first I was like, how's a flute going to agitate spirits? But then all of a sudden it started playing, and I can easily see how that could piss someone off.
Now what I need to do is go around the house and blow this smoke, start clearing it out. Apparently there was a lot of manifestations arriving from the clutter and this place's location.
So this fool has convinced her that he's going to go around smoking a joint, blowing it through this metal pipe, and that's going to get rid of the spirits.
So this room was my son's room, and he believed that there was something sitting outside the window quite often.
The window. They were seeing a lot of entities.
It's sad how these people seem to have just taken advantage of this lady and her head injury and just her thinking that there's ghosts here. Like, there's something outside the window. It's probably a cat or something. But then she tells the sorcerer this, and he's just like, outside the window, you say. And look, he has even taken the barcode sticker off the metal pipe he bought at Home Depot like an hour ago on his way here.
Check this trap that I set in here.
God dang those mosquitoes, man.
There was something that was very powerful here. Made it mad, and it started moving around. Well, never had that happen before.
Okay.
This is another type of ghost trap. The idea with this one is supposed to come in and not be able to get out.
Something got out?
Yeah. That wasn't like that when I brought this gourd here. There's something burnt a hole through the gourd. I've never seen that before. But yeah, there's something very powerful here. We've caught it, and it's gone.
So let me get this straight. This guy shows up to this lady's haunted house, gets super high, blowing the smoke, and through this metal pipe he just bought that still has the barcode sticker on it. And he places a gourd down to catch this demon. The demon goes inside of it, burns a hole to where it can get out, but it's caught now. Maybe I just don't understand sorcery. I'm just really confused. And something tells me that the fact that the demon burned a hole through the cork it just tells me the demon isn't still in there. Like, I feel like this sorcerer just wasn't strong enough for this. Homeboy is clearly a level 2 sorcerer trying to take on a level 5 demon. He's lucky he made it out of there alive. I guess the important thing is that her house is cleaned up though, and she believes that the demons are gone, that probably weren't even really there to begin with, but who cares? Her house is cleaned up, that's all that matters. I just want to clarify for anybody that does have a brain injury anytime in the future, if you start thinking that there's demons after a brain injury, or you start hearing voices or talking to a cat skull, you should probably just go to the doctor. And if you guys have had any experiences with demons or haunted houses or ghosts or anything like that, I'm kind of curious, so go ahead and leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I hope you guys have a great day. If you do experience any hauntings or anything like that, don't forget that your friendly neighborhood Sorcerers Guild is always there to protect you.